Wow, would you look at that? It's been a whole fucking month since I posted anything of sustenance. Let's see what the game has been up to. Wow, that's cool. Hey, have you wondered what VHS would look like in virtual reality? Well, I sure have. But nerd, I hear you asking, how the fuck are you playing VHS in virtual reality? Well, that's a strange question with an even stranger answer. When most people think of VR, they tend to think of one of three things. Mark Zuckerberg's wet dream of the metaverse, their one friend who's obsessed with VR chat, and people looking like dumbasses while breaking this really expensive equipment. Oh my gosh, please stop! People fixate on the idea that you gotta be able to move your arms around, move your head around, so you can do funny shit like this. However, you can't do this in VHS. It's not VR supported. But how did I do this? I'll get to that in a bit. But first, I wanted to determine if the mechanics of VHS could work in VR. I went into actual VR games developed by actual people insane enough to take on this kind of task, and test some things so I could see what could and couldn't work as VHS in virtual reality. I'm going to go over all this before I show you the actual video of me attempting to play VHS as a VR game. So if you're just here for that, here's the timecode for it. Let's get it, gamers. Now to answer the question of could VHS work in VR or not, we should start with getting some basic stuff out of the way first. There is a 4v1 ASIM virtual reality game called After Dark VR, but we're going to ignore its entire existence because A, it's poorly made, B, no one is playing it, and C, it was abandoned by the devs. And I'm also going to look at if the mechanics of VHS could possibly make someone motion sick in virtual reality, as this is a big problem for porting flat screen games to virtual reality. I'm just going to start by breaking down each role to see what would and wouldn't work in VR. For teen, obviously we have running, vaulting, crafting, healing, mini games for building and stuff. All that stuff would work because it's been done in VR before. But with weapons, that's a different story. There's some weapons that obviously would work, and some weapons that are like, maybe. So I'm going to go through them and show you a similar example of that weapon in VR, or just give a brief explanation of why they would or would not work in VR. Flamethrower, yes. Molotov, yes. Solar Flare, not in VR, but simple enough to where it could work, so yes. Cross, yes. Slingshot, it's similar enough to a bow, so I'm going to say yes. Staff, yes. Sword, it wouldn't really have the same swinging motion, but sure. Infernal Eye, the field of view and the fast moving might make some people sick, so maybe. Enigma, yes. Raygun, yes. RC Flyer, same issue with the eye, but it's in third person, so maybe it's better? Shock Sphere, I don't know about the Shock Sphere, it's the weirdest one out of all the weapons. Alright, cool, we've established that most of the weapons would absolutely work in VR, but what else should we consider? Well, for items and weapons, we could have a simple holster for them, one for an item and one for a weapon. The spectral form might be kinda weird, but third person has been done in VR before, so in theory, it is possible. You would have to replace being completely knocked prone with something else completely to prevent people from getting motion sick, but that's not hard either. My point is, the teen role can be mostly implemented pretty flawlessly, with a few modifications to account for things like motion sickness. Monster, on the other hand, is a bit harder. Some things that obviously would work would be things like attacking, feasting, being banished, without much worry of getting motion sick. Abilities could be done in one of two ways, either by pressing a button or having the monster move their hands in a way to activate an ability. However, some things would be a lot harder to implement. Having the monster look straight up would be really jarring for someone in VR. It works fine on a flat screen because your camera is controlled by a mouse and keyboard or a controller, but in VR, it's controlled by your head. And forcing people to look in a certain direction in VR is bad VR design. It's really disorienting, would make people motion sick as hell, and it's just a mess to deal with. A simple solution would just be to close the eyes of the monster player for a few seconds, similar to a blink mechanic you see in other VR games with a teleport option, or you could not do that. I honestly have no idea. On top of that, Doll Master would be really disorienting just by its design in VR. Possessing a doll that's roughly a tenth of your height is going to be really disorienting for a lot of people. And when you're forced out of that doll, either through your timer running out or someone attacking your body, it's going to be really, really disorienting. This concept of changing your height has been explored in Neos VR, but that's more of a gradual change that you yourself control, rather than something the game controls for you. Aside from that though, I could see VHS working as a VR game if those really major things were adjusted. Would it be unbalanced as hell? Probably. Would it be fun? Fuck yeah. Would it be scary? Also probably yes. Also, before you ask what games I use to test all this, I'm going to quickly run through them. Alright, we cool? Good. Now here's what you all been waiting for. Me launching and play Video Horror Society in virtual reality. How did I accomplish this? Well, I used Steam VR's theater mode to play the game as it was like some big flat screen TV. Now this isn't true VR in the sense where you can move around and interact with the game, but just shut up, I tried. I played 3 games total with each game being 1 monster each.
3 days later.
Yeah, about that. So as I'm recording this, I have been notified that Deathwire is coming out in literally 2 days. So I'll be playing as him in VR as well, why not? I didn't play Teen because A, Teen's in 3rd person with no option for 1st person, and B, Teen queues are kinda insane right now. My commentary in these videos was pretty bad. I know what I'm playing, it's VHS, but something about it just feels off. So I'm gonna spare you guys the cringe and just do some narration instead. If you want to see all these games in their raw footage, I'll have a video of that linked in the description below. Also, this footage is over a month old. But anyway, here's what you've been asking for. Video Horror Society in virtual reality. So just a heads up, if I'm acting kind of strange this game, it's because I am playing this through a virtual reality headset, so
You're playing this in a virtual reality headset?
I am indeed.
How does that work?
How you doing anyway?
Don't worry about it. So for my first match, I played as Ward. Bro, this is actually, what the hell? I feel like those are my hands. I feel like I'm looking at my hands moving. My smooth brain couldn't put this into words that you could comprehend. But basically what I was trying to say was, you know, despite my hands not moving, I felt like I was actually in the game. I need to get outside more. Despite being locked in VR, I was getting downs and kills. Oh my gosh, 2 downs, no stigmas lost already? Oh, what is going on? Now, to be fair, this was early on into early access, so people were still relatively new. Nothing much really happened this match, aside from someone disconnecting. Someone DC'd even though I'm playing in a VR headset. A few scary moments with the sword. Oh, no. And me not losing any stigmas. I won while stuck in a virtual reality headset. That's pretty funny, actually. Next up, we have Werewolf. Alright. Oh, that's weird. That's weird, okay. You know how Werewolf is known for their speed? Well, I felt that speed. I became the embodiment of the Flash in VR, and I was living for it. The match started off the same way as the Warp match, but then I ran into an ambush. Oh shit, the ambush. Damn. That was good. With the searing rage of being banished, I came back with a vengeance. I slaughtered everyone there. Molotovs could not stop me. Swords, merely an inconvenience. The Leo running straight at me? Oh, hi. Oh, what? Okay, that surprised me a little bit. The game ended mostly the same, and I was a little toxic at the end. I'm just gonna decorate this. Look at that. Much better. Alright. Dollmaster was the one I was fearing the most, due to the aforementioned change in height. Alright, now, I gotta remember. Dollmaster, big brain. We gotta play some dolls. As I went to possess my first doll, my fears were confirmed. That's not good. But not really for long. Someone's already has a weapon ready? Well, I wouldn't say we're off to a good start. The first few times I possessed a doll were really disorienting, but as I kept doing it, I kinda got used to it. I'm gonna get screwed. There were a few times where I got jump scared. Oh my gosh! No! Ready, so we can at least oh, no. But I teleported out of there quickly, which honestly wasn't as jarring as I thought it'd be in VR. I also messed around as Body Master. Got too close. And someone DC'd again. One of the funniest situations. They DC'd. This match was definitely the most stressful out of the 2 I'd played before. But I still won. He gave up. He knew I was here. He just ran straight to me. The Deathwire match was for some reason super laggy, and this might have been due to the Eviscerator update being a bit unoptimized, but we're just gonna go with it. Death Drift felt pretty similar to how Berserk did. Oh my gosh, I am the embodiment of speed. But the dash was a bit jarring. Whoa, that is disorienting. But I was still able to handle it. Voltage Device was really hard to aim due to the lag and, well, perspective change, but that was also still kind of manageable. I definitely struggled in this game a lot more. Buddy, I lost 3 stigmas in a series of unfortunate events. Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose this game. Oh, but I was very wrong here. You see, despite me being down 3 stigmas, the rest of the team, except one person, insisted on making nothing but stun weapons. I counted 5 slingshots made in this game, 3 of them after I lost my holy stigma. With grit, determination, and a little bit of luck, Okay. I won that game. I won a Deathwire game and I've never lost a VR game. What the hell? So there you have it. I hold the title for having a 100% win rate as Monster in VHS VR. No one else can claim this, and if they do, they're a liar. But what about the experience itself? Was it fun? Yeah, it was pretty fun. Do I recommend doing it? For the sake of your PC, neck, and sanity? Absolutely not. There was some charm to it though, and the thought that this may work as a VR game is a cool idea. If a similar game is made in VR, I will most definitely play it and make a video about it. Now, I do want to take this time to discuss the true purpose of this video. You see, I got you. I reeled you in with a sick idea that no one has thought of, only to reveal to you my true intentions.
Deception. Kind of.
I want to discuss my channel and my content. You see, I've hit this feeling that everyone hits eventually called burnout. Specifically, burnout with VHS. I have had so many ideas in my head, so many videos that I've started working on, but don't have the urge to finish any of them. To put it simply, I need a break from VHS. I've been playing the same game for almost a year now, and I just need a break. You can probably see where I'm going with this, but I'm going to start making virtual reality content. And I may be asking, why not go back to DBD content? DBD has become oversaturated with other content creators, and honestly, I just don't want to make DBD content anymore. I still enjoy the game, but I don't want to make content for it. Am I going to stop making VHS content? No, I still love this game. I'll still be streaming on my Twitch most of the time on the weekends, as well as a bunch of VR games. VHS isn't going anywhere. Now with this change in my content, a new schedule is also coming. I'll be trying to upload at least one high quality video a month, with 1 or 2 videos of gameplay or memes or whatnot. They will be a mix of VHS and virtual reality content, at least for now. Now if you dislike the idea that my content won't strictly be VHS, allow me to point you to these other creators who will be exclusively doing VHS content. Go on, give these people your love and support. If you're still here, I thank you so much for being here. And all I ask is that you give my virtual reality content a chance. I can't wait to bring you all exciting, new, and fresh content in future uploads. Thank y'all for watching, and have a good night, y'all.